Okay, so hi to all again. Just moving forward on this little BSA B31. If anybody hasn't seen, this is a 1949 model. Yeah, so while I'm waiting for the crankshaft and cylinder head to be returned, I thought I'd crack on and get the mud guards and the wiring loom and headlight and the steering all back together. Yeah, nothing overly complicated on any of it, to be honest. The only problem I did have was the rear mudguard over the years had become distorted. Obviously people using the handle, the lifting handle, to get onto the centre stand, and you kind of put your foot here and hoik it on, and like I say, over the decades it's twisted the mudguard that way, and when you looked at it from behind, the rear wheel was well over, well, the mudguard had moved well over, so it didn't look right. So yeah, a bit of manipulation later, and a bit of frustration. I've adjusted the stairs and what have you to get it reasonable. Yeah, I've replaced a couple of nuts and bolts. A couple of these weren't these oddball, that'll focus, oddball nuts, which used to hold the anchor on there, have been replaced. So I got some replicas from Dragonfly. They're stainless steel and they don't look quite right, but it's better than, well, obviously a couple were broken, so I had to replace them. The other thing, this upright, when I got the bike, was on the outside, so I'm not sure. I've had a look at a few pictures online. Some people have them on the out, some on the inside. To me it makes more sense on the inside, but yeah, you can see the very worn sprocket there. We're going to leave that alone for now. I managed to find this, as I mentioned in another video, the original tail light that should have been fitted. It's one of these bayonet ones. Push in, twist to undo it. So you've got its original wiring loom there with a tinned copper wire. That'll focus. These things just disintegrate over years. You can see it's disintegrating a bit there, but I'll try and put a Lucas connector on there and save it. But yeah, happy with that. I'll put the oil tank back on again, just make sure everything still fits after messing around with the rear mudguard, because that's part of the structure which holds the battery and the mudguard and the oil tank. Got a nice new sprocket and gearbox, so that should be good. The wiring loom, a new wiring loom had been fitted, handmade one, when I got the bike, and it follows the original diagram pretty accurately. Yeah, it's quite good quality. The colours aren't right, but I'm not overly fussed about that. Excuse the cable ties. These are just here just to, so I get the lengths right, because what I did do, I replaced the dip switch, aftermarket dip switch was fitted. Again, another eBay find. These mount onto the clutch lever. A BSA thing, same with the horn push, which is kind of neat. Not entirely sure if that's the right one. The other option is more like, sorry for jumping around, that'll focus. It's more like this, with a lever. Yeah, but I spent a bit of money on that, so it's staying. So yeah, I'm going to replace these cable ties with some of those, again, replica rubber ties you can buy. That's the speedo light. It's not refitted the speedo yet, but if you have a little look in the housing for the, I turn my light on. Yeah, this one here, for for some reason he ran another earth into, or ground, into the headlight casing, not quite sure why. The rest of it, you can't really see, can you? But it is sort of, well, the colours are wrong, but it's wired up as it should be on the diagram. The only other oddball thing is he's run another live power. I'll focus, I'll get my finger out of the way, to the horn. So yeah. Again, not the right colours, but we're not too fussy about that. It's unfortunately it's faded. You can get these, what's the word I'm looking for? It's gone out of my head, but you can get these redone, re-silvered. The silvering's all gone over the years. Maybe a project for another day. But yeah, fork's back on. Nothing too dramatic with the forks. The biggest problem is getting the bloody, not split pin. Oh, circlip, that's the word I'm after. Getting that silly circlip in. Absolute nightmare on both of them, to hold the bushes, the top bushes. Got the horn and the regulator down there. The horn, funnily enough, keep going on about how everything's checking the dates, because the nice thing with all these parts from Lucas, they all had a little date stamp on them. And while this is of its time, if we focus in there, this is actually 1954, 52. So yeah, that was replaced at some point, or at least that tag was. But yeah, it works fine, so I'm not going to mess about with it. You can disassemble these, and there's instructions on how to adjust them. So yeah, moving along. Just need to get this damn engine back. Well, crankshaft I should say, and cylinder head. Yeah, another view of the rear sprocket. A little bit sharp. Anyway, more updates to follow. Hopefully, getting the crankshaft and the cylinder head back.